Hello, Supercoach. This is Adrian Buttery. I'm the founder of Rugby League Fantasy Pro. Big news in Supercoach circles in the last 24 hours is that they are dumping Fox stats and moving to the official NRL stats. And as people are starting to wake up to and hear about the way NRL stats are judged, are quite a different beast altogether. But while this has a lot of people in the Supercoach world quite stressed out, this is absolutely no problems to us whatsoever. A little bit about myself. I've been around the NRL fantasy communities for over 20 years. I've been a big NRL fantasy player. Never been the greatest, never been the worst. I'm a ex-mathematics high school teacher and graduate of the University of New South Wales with a science degree with a mathematics major. I've always applied that love of math to NRL fantasy and over the last few years as well, NRL Supercoach. And in recent years, I took a lot of the resources I developed in Excel, partnered up with a mate via NRL Fantasy Lounge, one of the groups I was involved with, who is an absolute gun software developer and coder. And we set about creating this little company called Rugby League Fantasy Pro. Now, the reason why we're able to adapt to all of this so easily is we've actually got four platforms in our product suite. We cover NRL Fantasy, we cover NRL Supercoach, we cover NRL Draft Stars, and we cover NRL punting markets as well. Unlike some other sites around, the main one in Supercoach world is the Supercoach Stats site, and in the NRL fantasy world, there's a page called footystatistics.com. Both of those sites are just really scripted pages. They're just sucking in raw data and just spitting it back out. Our site's extremely different. We are hardcore data people. So as you can see here, I've got a ton of spreadsheets open on my laptop at the moment. We've got a full range of integrated stats from NRL and Fox and Fantasy and Supercoach in a master file that we use for our punting platforms. We've got dedicated NRL Fantasy stats uh, files, Supercoach files. So basically, for us, when this happened, it was very easy for us to just basically use some lookup formulas through Excel. I've become a bit of an Excel whiz over the years and just completely convert all of our Supercoach stats over to the NRL stats. So, for example, we just ripped out all of our FDFS from Supercoach, replaced it with the NRL official for forced dropouts. The same with try assist. We're able to do a little bit of work there with try contributions as well. I'm going to come back to try contributions later. Line breaks, line break assists, tackle breaks, offloads. We've just turfed out all of the old Fox stats per game and just sucked in all of the NRL and just completely rescored everything, reprocessed everything, and republished everything back out to our site. So the answer to your prayers at the moment is our Supercoach Pro platform. Now, this is a subscription platform, but it is extremely cheap. When you actually get your head around just how much innovation, development, useful actual tools is in this product, and we're delivering it for $30 a year, which is pretty much kind of comparative to the very, very jippy the Supercoach Plus or whatever they call it subscription. So as of, we actually had all of this up live and running last night. That's how quick we were able to do it. If you go to our game logs now for, let's pull up James Tedesco. I'm just going to pull up the Supercoach site as well for a second. Bear with me. So let's pull up James Tedesco over here for his last year's stats. What am I looking for? Players, Tedesco, season, past seasons 25. Here we go. So James Tedesco averaged 88.9 in Supercoach last year. In his, as far as what that would be for all of the different stats that have changed, just going to filter this to 2025, and he's down to 84.5. So as you can see, we've got all of the game stats already converted, all of the NRL stats already incorporated, everything already rescored. So you can have a look at, we've got stats going all the way back to 2015. So all of our historical data has already been converted for you, as well as looking at things in game logs. You can also use our analytics page, which is a lot easier. So you can see here's year by year breakdowns and totals under all of the new stats being applied and all the new scoring being applied. If you're used to we have our own kind of stats breakdown as you use our site. You'll kind of get familiar with it. But a lot of people are used to the Supercoach stats format. So if you want to use that, we've got a toggle that you can use that with as well. So that'll give you your base plus power, base, um, create, evade, negative breakdown that you're used to using if you're used to using that breakdown. Okay. Now, apart from just being a stats site, uh, our aim with this package has always been to be a real one-stop shop to the point of injuries and suspensions. We have one of the best maintained injury and suspension lists. We keep it with links to NRL Physio and with other media sources right there at your fingertips. But what we also do is we're the only online source of intelligent-based player projections right across the NRL. So things that can really help you with all these changes. Our team builder tool is absolutely mint. You can make as many different variations of teams as you want. So let's set a new team. You can make that as a blank. I'm going to make this one as a blank or as a copy of something else already existing if you only want to make a few modifications. So there we go. We've started a new blank slate under new team. In our player selection pane, we've got a whole heap of information there for you to make it a lot easier. So we've got the team's buys. The color coding is for how friendly they are to start round one with. For example, the Dolphins don't play any of the rounds 12, 15 and 18 major origin buys. Hence they're the dark green in our top tier. We have our 12 round projection for players. So our 12 round projection for Jerry Marshall King is 59.7. Also has his status. You can see there straight off that he's out till round 7. 12 round expected games of 6 because he's going to be out till round 7. We have the how many points he's priced at. We have over here, we have what the what his greatest loss would be over 12 rounds and also his greatest profit would be over 12 rounds. That'll make a little bit of sense to you in a minute. So let's just have a look at Harry Grant. If you want to know how our projections are being made up, just going to come down here to our player forecast page. I'm going to open this in a new tab and pull up Harry Grant. Okay, we are actually projecting every team for every 27 rounds for exactly who's going to be playing what position, how many minutes, etc., etc. Okay, so as you can see, we've got Harry Grant playing hooker for 80 minutes round one, 80 minutes round two. We've got him down for 75. He's going to get spelled every now and then. Hence our ongoing average we've got him down for is 75. We've taken him down a few minutes for round 13. We've taken him down a few minutes for round 16. We've got his buys in there. Okay. Round by round, we've got his projection calculation. This also factors in the rank of the team they're playing. and round by round against those projections, what his break even moves would be and what his price moves would be. So over here, we've got 12 round peak loss. During that 12 rounds, we don't have him ever going below that 680,200. And over that 12 rounds, we currently have him making about 74k profit if you were to get on him right from the start. That's the level of detail our projections go to. If you want a quick glance at how we're currently projecting a team, you can come down to our team list page. Now, during the season, this will actually show what the published Tuesday team is and all of the relevant data for those players. Coming into round one, this is currently set at what our projection for the team is going to be. So, for example, at the moment with the Knights, we're currently projecting Craig Mooney playing lock, Dylan Brown playing halfback with Fletcher Sharp playing 5'8", Sandon Smith on the bench. Now, naturally, during pre-season, as we get more information, we're going to be making changes around that. And definitely when round one lands, then, all of this is going to update. All of our projections is going to update to what the actual team configurations are. You can see how many minutes we're projecting for each player, in each position, each role. We actually go by role, not by list position. List position can be very inaccurate, especially when coaches make changes late. So, for example, with a lot of teams, you might see them having uh, two players being listed in the role of hooker. So, for example, Freddie Lussick, if he comes on, he's going to be playing a hooker role. That's what we're projecting him as playing. Okay, coming back up to our team builder. Um, So team builder here, this is definitely one of the places that you want to be really fine tuned into for making the most of where the price advantages and disadvantages are from the scoring changes. Now, stats have changed, the way stats are applied have changed, but the prices of players is still off the way the game was last year. So that is creating a lack of value for some players and increased value for others. So 12 round pick price difference, this is telling you what we see that player currently being underpriced at on our projections. Now we have another very handy page in here, our scouting reports. And again, this is all up to date off all of the current stats. So, for example, the Dragons, you can see their gains, their losses, their injury list. What we see the opportunities in the team being with team changes. Down here, we have potential final team targets. So, Toby Couchman currently sits ranked 7th for our front row forwards, 11th for our second row forwards. Valentine Holmes currently sits ranked 4th for our centre wing players. Cut price keeper opportunities out of those potential final team targets. Toby Couchman, we currently project him being almost 78k undervalued. And we also have cash opportunities down here as well. So Hamish Stewart, we currently see being undervalued by about 113k. Daniel Atkinson around 230k. So this is giving a really good quick radar of where to be looking. Okay. Um, what else I don't want to make this video too long, so I don't want to kind of confuse you with too much. There's an absolute ton of value in this product, and the innovation that we go to is ultra next level. To give you an idea of just how next level we madly go to, let's have a look at our team analysis page very quickly. Actually, I'm going to go to player ownership. So round 25, let's say we're in round 22. This is something I did just for shits and giggles last year. If a bunch of players are having an absolute killer of a round, you can actually narrow down to which actual teams have that player or had that player coming into the start of the round. So let's take player ownership of Nathan Cleary in the top 5,000. If they also had Adam Dewey, 3.1% of teams, 154 teams out of the 5,000. And if they also had, um, let's say Hudson Young, 1.2% of teams. Okay. We can even show you which teams they were. So these are the teams that actually had in round 22 that combination of players. You can also go by excluding players. So there were two teams in the top 5,000 that didn't have Nathan Cleary, but did have Adam Dilly, Hudson Young. This is the only reason I'm showing you this is just how mad we are. This is how next level we always want to kind of take things and push the envelope. So Supercoach Pro, it's only $30 a season. It is absolutely your answer to prayers for these these changes in the stats and the scoring. The only one hole in our um, scoring at the moment lies with try contributions. Now, the NRL, this official stats reporter for the NRL do keep try contributions, but they're not actually part of the stats set that goes out on the NRL website. So that's the one thing we don't have. Now, as you can see, there is a drop off in try contributions is one of the biggest areas where there's discrepancies between what Fox awarded as a try contribution and what the NRL awarded as a try contribution. Okay. Now, if we take Nathan Cleary, for example, um, he lost about a third of his try contributions. So what that would actually do impact wise on his scoring, well, across the season, he averaged 5.5 points a game from try contributions. So he would have lost 1.8 points a game in try contributions. So we're trying to get it. I've actually sent an email into to the official stats company. It's a real kind of Hail Mary pass. They're more than likely not going to be forthcoming with giving us the data that we're asking for. But you know, if you don't ask, you don't know. So we've given it a go anyway. But yeah, that's it's not going to sway the needle on its own too much. Everything else is now 100% accurate for the actual NRL official stats and how the scoring would have been. Okay, so where do you find us? Just here's our website app.rugbyleaguefantasypro.com. Okay. And as a special introductory offer, we've got some preseason specials going on at the moment. Let me just pull that up for you. These are valid till the end of tomorrow. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of this off the cuff. I could have been a little bit better organized, but things have been pretty mad hectic for me in the last 24 hours. So on our Supercoach page has all of this as well. Okay, so our preseason trials. If you want to subscribe to our Supercoach Pro or our Fantasy Pro or combination of both, the coupon code all caps lock is pretrial 26. That will give new subscribers 10% off the first year of their sub. If you want to subscribe to our Platinum package, which also includes our Punter Pro and Draft Stars Pro, to do a lot of betting around the NRL, you know, definitely our Punter Pro platform is well worth having. We've got some more stuff being developed with that in the next few weeks as well. We're offering 30% off for first year on that. That takes it from $90 for all four packages. You get $27 off that, so it'd be 63 for the first year. Okay. For that, you can use code PLAT26 or caps lock. We also have some cash subscriber prizes. Our highest ranked NRL fantasy subscriber for the season will pick up $1,000 cash. Our highest ranked NRL Supercoach Pro subscriber for the season, also $1,000. And we have what we call our X Games, which is for our people subscribing to both platforms. The best aggregate combined rank of fantasy and Supercoach also takes home $1,000. That's been the easiest kind of money to win with us so far. I think that'll be a bit more competitive this year. But to give you an idea, last year the winner of that had a combined aggregate of 1,500. So it was very respectable, but it wasn't exactly gun. Our highest Supercoach subscriber was in the low 20s, I think around 23. Our third highest fantasy subscriber that took home the cash was 87. The other two that were above him let their subscription lapse during the year. Costly mistake. Anyway, look, I don't want to hold you up anymore. This site, as you can see, you really need a laptop or PC. You need the screen size for our product. We are doing a lot of work on it over the next year in making um, stripped down phone friendly versions of a lot of our pages. But for now, our focus has really been on the full stats package, which you really need screen for. If all you do have is a mobile, well, yes, you can still use us. Uh, our game log and analytics is our game log in particular is friendly enough phone wise because all of our columns condense down. One of the things through our site, when you see these chat columns, they're expandable, shrinkable with more information there. Also, our columns, if you hover over them, have descriptors as well. All of our pages are pretty self-explanatory. A lot of them have a tutorial video link up the top. We're always available on our social media platform um, to message if you have any platform specific questions. We're always happy to answer. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Hope you'll sign up and, have a fantastic season. Cheers.